Welcome to Empower Hour. My name is Dr. Karen May, and a couple weeks ago I did a video on a book review from Dr. Vernikos called Sitting Kills, Movement Heals. And I wanted to back it up with a few exercises. The basis of the book is that Dr. Vernikos was the former director of life sciences at NASA. So she go back and watch all of it. But what she really looked at is the effects of anti-gravity on the astronauts are the same as if we're sitting and laying down too much. Muscle wasting, bone loss, fatigue, chronic diseases. So that was the whole basis of the book. Really, the formula that came down to is if you sit for 30 minutes, you got to stand for a move for at least 30 seconds. You can't sit for 3 hours and then move for 3 hours, and it doesn't undo the effects of the body physiologically. So let's talk about when you sit for 30 minutes and then stand for 30 seconds or move for 30 seconds. Let's talk about how we get there. I've done a couple other balance videos in particular around when you can't feel your feet. We can't just expect to stand on one foot. There's just no way. But we need to work towards that. But if you're not feeling and getting that proprioception or that information from your feet up to your brain, it's going to be difficult. But when we sit too much, we lose muscle mass as well. And if you've had any back or neck issues, lower back or neck issues, posture plays a huge role in that as well. Because if your head is super forward, and so who does this look like? Every single person who has a cell phone, a tablet, a computer, is sitting for a living and working. We are all here. Well, our whole spine and our spinal cord and the nerves that come out from there are going to be stressed out. They're not moving. The bones are not moving the way they need to. So what can you do? I don't care if you get massages, you get adjusted by your chiropractor or a doctor of osteopathy. I don't care if you do lots of muscle work. All I know is that if you spend this much time throughout your day typing, an hour of that once a week is not going to take care of the issue. You got to work on it. So we're going to talk about what you do. First and foremost, many of you have difficulty times walking because you can't feel your feet. Balance is off. Posture plays a huge role. So we're going to talk about that 30 seconds when you're up and moving. Let's make it good. We want quality, not necessarily quantity. So let's make it good. Let's make it purposeful. So posture. When we're like this, we're going to talk about how it affects the organs. Your heart sits over here, and your lungs are here, and your stomach is here, and your guts and large and small intestines is here. You got pancreas and liver and gallbladder. All of those organs, if you're supposed to be upright and it's supposed to be in your cavity, your body cavity, and we're forward, you are taking and squishing the space. On top of obesity, and you have extra fat around there, it just squishes that space and does not allow the organs to function optimally. Same thing like with a garden hose. Think about your arteries, your veins, your microcirculation. If you have a garden hose and you squish it, blood flow is not as good. So we need to, same thing, you got to get upright. And so posture plays a role in how your organs function. If your lungs can't function like they need to, you can't breathe well. If you can't breathe well, you can't get oxygen. If you can't get good oxygen, energy is not as good. Circulation isn't as good. So you can see how posture affects your body's ability to function on a daily basis, let alone pain and headaches and just other joint issues. Posture plays a huge role. So if we know it affects organs and we know it affects the spine, what can you do? Let's take that 30 seconds and make it usable. So the first thing you're going to do is when you get up, you are going to stand up straight. And people are like, well, what does straight mean? So we're going to use a good old-fashioned wall to help you to understand what does straight mean. Where should your body be? Now, some of you maybe have not stood up straight. Some of you may have a big curve in your upper back that makes this more difficult. I'm here to tell you, if you work on this, that can improve, but it takes time and diligence. So what do? You find a wall. just a blank wall. I do have a chair here. I'm going to move it out of the way, but some of you need that support and that balance. And think about it too. We're not just on phones. We're on walkers and canes, and we never stand up. So find your wall. What you need to do is you're going to put your heels against the wall. I know you can't see that, but trust me, you got to get your heels against the baseboard. They're not out, so you're not leaning against the wall because you're still bent at that point. Get your heels against the wall. Feet don't have to be together. Get them in a natural stance, about shoulder width apart. You want your toes facing forward as much as you can. Sometimes you're a little bit out, but I don't want you completely duck-footed or pigeon-toed. So straight forward as much as possible. Now from here, and we always start from the bottom up. So now you bend your knees slightly, and then your pelvis. You gotta tuck your tailbone. What does that mean? You literally have to think like you got a tail and you're pulling the tail forward. A lot of people, when they do it, think, oh my gosh, Martin Short had a character where he would come forward like this. Well, tucking your tailbone is that, but you're not compressing forward here. So tuck your tailbone. And what that does, how do you know you're doing it? You can squeeze your butt cheeks. If your tailbone is not tucked, you can't squeeze your butt cheeks. So that's a really good indicator. So when you get against that wall, heels first, tuck that tailbone. Now we're going to work our way up to our shoulder blades. We want to pull our shoulder blades down and back, not up, down. And you put your shoulder blades against the wall. Now, some of you have balance issues, so you feel like, oh my gosh, what do I do? You got to hold on. That's okay, but we're going to show you how to do it a little better. Now, if you don't need to hold on, you tuck your tailbone, shoulder blades are back, palms are out, and thumbs are touching the wall. Not palms touching the wall. We want your thumbs touching the wall. Then with your head, you got to pull it back. Not up like this, but back. No different than the way that was described to me is if you had someone ugly coming after to kiss you, you pull back, right? So you want to pull back. So starting again, heels are against the wall, tuck your tailbone under so you can squeeze your butt cheeks, put your shoulder blades down and against the wall, hands out, thumbs up, and then pull your head back. Now, we're not going to walk around like that, but some of you may feel a stretch through here. You may feel a stretch through your neck. You may feel a stretch through your hands or even your lower back. But if you can stand like that for about 10 seconds, then you can put your hands down at your side. You can put them out. You can put them here and feel a stretch. You can move it. 30 seconds. So what does that look like from the side when we get there? Looks like this. Looks like your ear canal in line with the tip of your shoulder. And if we were to drop a plumb line down, that's going to go through your hip crest as well and down from your ankle. So again, this is upright. So when you do your exercise, you get against the wall, do this as a tester. Again, heels against the baseboard. Tuck your tailbone so you can squeeze your butt cheeks. Can't squeeze them, it's not tucked. Pull your shoulder blades down, put your shoulders against the wall, hands out, palms forward, and thumbs touching the wall, head back. Do that and then relax. When I do that in my office, all of a sudden people are like, because this is normal. So you can understand your head weighs on average 10 to 14 pounds. And when it's here, your body can handle the 10 pounds of extra weight. When it's forward an inch, that's 20 pounds. 2 inches, 40 pounds. 3 inches, 80 pounds. How many times are people like this? No wonder why we have tension headaches and we think that are migraines. No wonder why we have pain all the way through here, because our body's not designed to hold a bowling ball out. So if you can take some time to stand up. Now, you may need to have your walker in front of you. So if you have your walker in front of you, you can hold with just put your palms up on the walker. So that way it's still going to get your shoulder blades down and back. Same as here, palms up. If that's not enough, have one hand and hold, then flip-flop and hold and hold. That will help to the point where you can let go of both of them. If you're using a cane, same thing. Hand here, hold the cane. Switch the cane and come here. Do you need a chair in order to do it? Fine, put the chair next to you, but instead of grabbing on top, grab from underneath And then have another one on this side. So then you can switch. So you can hold and switch and switch and switch. So those little simple things of getting upright, I'll tell you, we have to get upright a lot. Off of our chair or our couch, out of bed, off the toilet. I was brushing my teeth after lunch today before shooting this video. You gotta get upright after you brush your teeth and you start walking, getting out of the car, from a meal, standing up. Get upright before you go. I promise it'll make a difference. So posture helps with balance because, again, we talked about that bowling ball out here. That's heavier than the rest of you. Where you go, your head goes, your body's gonna go. Get upright, it'll help with your balance. All of these small little things will help with your internal muscles in your core as well. That'll help with balance. Getting up and down, like one of the other videos for balance, will help with leg strength. I don't care if it's a 5. If you can only do 5 in a day, it'll help with balance. Start thinking of exercises simple, slow, and small. But when you do that, you're able to build upon them. But if you want to go walking and your balance is bad, you gotta get upright. So you might as well start when it's safe and you're in your home doing so. So posture plays a role in balance. And because falls are a huge risk in the population over 85, I don't consider that old. Please understand, over 65, I think I said 85, over 65, there's a huge fall risk. You can stop it by starting to work on your posture, getting your body looking straight ahead. It'll make a big difference. So start today. If you sit for 30 minutes, stand up, use your wall, stand up with your walker, stand up with your cane, stand up off the toilet, off after brushing your teeth, getting in and out of the car. Stand up. Heels against the wall. Tuck your tailbone under so you can squeeze your butt cheeks. Get your shoulder blades against the wall. Get your hands back and so your thumbs are touching the wall, and then pull your head back. Hold that for 10 to 30 seconds, and you got a great exercise. We'll build upon it. I have more exercises, but we got to start with the foundation. So let's start with that. I want you guys to put in the comments what you're doing and how you're working on it. And set a timer for that 30 minutes. You're going to be surprised how quickly 30 minutes goes. So set a timer and see if you can get up every 30 minutes throughout your day when you're awake. Have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you for your time.